Hello everyone, welcome back to Kirklees Guitar School. So today I wanted to give you 3 exercises that are going to help you with hammer-ons, and the idea is that if you practice each of these exercises for a minute each every day for, let's say, 3 or 4 weeks, you'll see a significant improvement in your lead guitar playing. So the idea of this is it's all left-right hand coordination and your brain telling those what to do. So there's nothing revolutionary in here, but it's going to it's really going to work on getting your left and your right hand talking to each other, which is the biggest roadblock for a lot of lead guitar players. So stick with me right through to the end. I promise you they're worth your time, okay? So we're going to start where everybody wants to start, which is the A minor pentatonic. You should know the shape. But what we're going to do, instead of going 5, 8, 5, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, we're going to hammer on from the 5 to the next note. See what I did there? So I'm picking the 5 and then I'm physically bashing my finger into the 8th fret to make it sound. Now, don't be afraid, you're not going to... Can you hear how I'm physically hitting the fretboard of the guitar? And I think it's worth noting as well, while I'm doing that, I've now got 2 fingers pressed down on the neck. Can you see that? Don't let go of that 5 as soon on your way to the 8. You should finish each string in a position where you're pressing the same string in 2 different places. Okay. So you're 5, 7, move down a string, 5, 8. You see how I've swapped to the ring finger now? Now, you hear how I'm missing occasionally. My pinky's not as strong as my ring finger. But try and do it with both. Try and do index and pinky. And then index and ring. Although we're working on a fretting hand quite a lot today, don't neglect your down and up picking. You know, I'm down, up, down, up, down, up. Even though I'm only picking 1 string at a time, try and get some down and up strokes in there, because again, like, the more that you make it part of your everyday vernacular, the quicker this is all going to come together, okay? You might feel like you're taking a step back, but you're taking a step back so that you can take 2 forward. So that's the first exercise. The second one, we're going to move it up to E minor pentatonic. And all we're going to do is we're going to play the middle 2 strings on the D and the G, and we're going to hammer from 12 to 14, index and ring. And that's on the D string, and then I'm going to move that down and do that there. It's oddly reminiscent of, you know, if you want to bundle it in with that, by all means. But I'm picking the D string with a downstroke and the G with an up. Now, we're not looking for that. If you're watching this video, you aren't going to have it at that speed straight away. But I'm looking for clean and consistent as opposed to fast and scruffy. Okay? And we're really working on muscle memory there. So if you practice that for a minute, solid, and you consistently keep up to that for sort of 3 or 4 weeks, you're going to see a massive improvement in your hammer-ons and your pull-offs, and it's something so simple. So that's exercise number 2. And exercise number 3 is a chromatic scale spider exercise starting from the 5th fret. But I'm picking the 5 and then I'm hammering on. You see how I didn't pick that again? So rather than just hammering 1 note on, we're actually getting 4 notes for the price of 1, so to speak. Now, I know I've only gone up to the D string there, but that's just more a formatting thing so that it looks good on camera. If you want to do it on the B and the high E, please do. And again, experiment with your picking, downstrokes, down and ups. as silly as it sounds, the more masochistic you can make it, the more entertaining it becomes, and the further that you'll progress. Now, if that's a little bit too big of a stretch for you and it's starting to hurt your hand, I know a couple of you do struggle with those wider stretches. This is what we call fifth position, and that means where your index finger sits on fret 5. Take it all the way up to, you see the double marker, take it up to the 12th fret, and instead of doing 5, 6, 7 and 8, do 12, 13, 14 and 15. So that's the third exercise, and I promise you, if you do that for a minute, each of those for a minute, for let's say 4 weeks, you will be a lot better at that technique. And you need to, there's roughly half a dozen techniques like that. We think pull-offs, bends, vibrato, hammer-ons. There's various, double stops. If you practice these half a dozen techniques each a little bit, over the span of a year, you will completely change your lead guitar playing. And it's all just, if you think about learning to play a D chord for the first time, it took forever to get that. And you've probably played thousands of D chords at this point, to the point where most of you now don't even think about it. So we need to get that level of repetition with the other techniques of the guitar, and this is no different. I used to watch television with a guitar unplugged and just run exercises like that while I was watching television. You'd be surprised actually how long I'd do that exercise for before I realised that I've been doing it for 10 minutes and I should probably do another one. So make it fit your daily lives and your practice. If you want to really hardcore practice that for a couple of minutes and then go about your business, learning your songs or other things that you're studying, or some of the other Kirklees Guitar School videos, by all means do. But it's a great warm-up and it's a great way of getting that left and right and talking to each other, and it's not rocket science, that's all it is. Bit of a different format. I don't know whether this one will come before or after, but I've done a reciprocal video for pull-offs. Maybe work on those two in conjunction with each other. I'll put some links up here or there if you check that out if it's gone out already. If not, I'll see you next week. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.